Look, I don't want to talk about it, but my legs are dangling off right now.
I know.
All
So
right.
right before we opened up this podcast, I'm like, hey, dude, tilt your camera down a little bit. I always look like a giant over here, and your head's barely up. So
Usually I'm like
that's where
this.
you usually are at, right here.
This is the height I sit. So to lay this all out, they put standing desks here in the studio because
Tall desk, for sure.
back in the day, DJs used to get up
Stand up
and then we're like, fuck that, dude. I'm sitting down for 4 hours. So anyway,
for real.
so where I'm at, the desk is very high and everything sits very high. And where my seat is, like, honestly, it's kind of like just below my sternum. Like, it's kind of right there. So I'm kind of doing this. But yes, I'm much lower. So in order to have high enough chairs, these chairs go so high. And right now, Hunter, dude, I'm probably my feet are a foot off the ground at this
It's like you're on a school bus. You look underneath the seats, you just see a bunch of feet dangling.
If anybody walked past right now, they'd be like, "Is there a midget in there doing a show?"
Look at his feet kicking. And why do you always kick them too when they're dangling? You can't just let them. You can't just let them sit there. You know, you gotta.
I wish I could show you guys. Actually, you know what? Hold on one sec. Let's see if I can do this. See if you guys can see. Wait.
It's impressive. You can move that camera like that.
God,
come on. Yeah, you'd be bad at the cam. Do you have shoes on? You do have shoes on. God, dude. Will you throw? Jesus, what are you, 4'7"? Stumpy legs, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, there you go. Now we're a little bit more even. It looks more.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't have a nice recliner to sit in there, you son of a bitch.
It's a nice lazy boy.
All right.
Which I'm going to be out of the recliner. This podcast is going to look different next week.
You're never going to get that desk.
I'm going to have a nice backdrop, dude.
You're never
nice desk, dude. I'm going to look like fucking Dan
it.
Patrick, dude. I need some of those action figures. Sam, if you're listening, I need a few action figures for my desk.
I know. I got a bunch in here. Well, I still got. You left your last Action Hero VHS that I bought, so I'll have to. You have that sitting up in the back.
You know what? Don't think I don't appreciate that for 1 second, because that was a fucking good gift, dude. I knew Kiki rolled her eyes about it, but
yeah, because I was over at Goodwill. I'm like, oh, I got to buy this for Hunter. It's great.
She's like, really? I'm like, you know what? One of the best gifts ever, dude.
50 cents. I got it for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Even better.
Let's get to it. Fact and opinion here, because I got a bunch of shit to do, and now that we've made fun of my height, I figure I should probably move on to something else. You bastard!
You got shorter during the podcast. Look at you did.
Oh, I got my legs stuck. Hold on, Jesus.
Oh God, here we go.
All right, there we go. All right, I got this thing all the way up. Anyway, fact and opinion here on the Plan B After Show podcast. One fact, one opinion. Do what you want with it. Do what you want with it. Dude, this is crazy, okay? South Africa didn't have television service until 1976.
Oh, wow.
1976. Damn. It's unclear what programs were first to air, but 1976 was just in time for the premiere of Charlie's Angels, so that's good. That's good.
You know what's weird? This has to do with like Pawn Stars. So there's some documentary, something I read on it, or maybe. But they're like, yeah, Pawn Stars, one of the most popular shows in the world, broadcasted in 157 countries. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Like what we see on TV isn't necessarily what everybody sees on TV.
Yeah.
Like it took me back for a second. I'm like, damn, that's right. Yeah.
Dude, there's
like it's different everywhere else, you know?
Countries with their own broadcast. I mean, Australia, they all have their own broadcasting. I mean, the BBC, which is, I mean, BBC is super popular, obviously, because that's and we get some of that. But up until streaming services, really, or eventually we'd buy the rights to something overseas,
like what that local broadcast was broadcasting at that given moment in that area, you know.
It's so weird. Like local TV, you think about around the world, like we know what we have, and in the United States, like because we have ABC, NBC. So someone in California watching ABC is getting the same thing as someone in New York watching ABC. You know, I mean, time zone's different, but you know, for us though, thinking about like someone over in England watching their daily programming, I mean. Like, who knows what it is, man? Some weird like, British soap opera. We don't know.
It's crazy. I was flipping through the channels the other day, and MeTV came up, and I was like, "Oh, damn, I forgot." So I was watching it. What was it? It was, dude, it was so old timey, but there's something about it I like. It's
I
an
love
old.
Me TV. Actually, here, I'm going to show you something right now. If
I think
you, if
well, the Rifleman is on there. There's
oh, dude, that's one of my. I'll tell you, it's The Rifleman, starring Chuck
dude.
Connors.
The
I
wife
actually
looks
have,
over at me while we're watching, and she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, just kind of give it a chance. Put yourself in the time.
so in one of my automatic web pages that I have always saved.
Mhm.
What's on Me TV? I have the schedule on there that
Are
I
you
have.
serious,
So yeah,
dude?
yep,
Come
yep.
on.
I always have it because I do. I
You're
always watch.
deep in it. You're
I,
fist deep
I,
into Me TV, dude.
I love Me TV, man. It's wholesome, and usually you got all the good westerns like
Yeah,
Gunsmoke, and Wagon Train, and The
yeah.
Rifleman, and then you have the Andy Griffith Show
Andy
starring Andy
Griffith
Griffith.
show. Then Matlock. Sometimes you'll get some
Matlock's on
Matlock.
there, yeah. They got some good
Hmm.
ones, yeah.
Man,
But
you know what I put on recently?
what?
It's because it's been on like my last channel. So if I like flip through my previous channel sometimes, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
You been watching that?
I've always said I hated Star Trek, but there's something weird about it where it's like it's so cheesy that I'm like, oh, I can't look away, dude.
Yeah.
And then you got
Easy.
Picard up there being all proper with his bald head, dude. And then it's just weird, like all the makeup and the Reading Rainbow guy is on there with his
With his weird LeVar Burton, right?
LeVar. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just it's weird. It's 90s. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about it, man.
Takes you back, dude. It takes you back. I was flipping through and I was on Grit. That's one of the other channels, and Grit, it's all westerns. And God, there's this one. I was watching this western, and it's the whole setup is that they wanted to hang this guy that was in the jail. And for folks, you don't know, there was a golden age of the spaghetti westerns, and literally Hollywood was obsessed. So many shows came out, all westerns, and with that, they also made a lot of shitty westerns. All right, they weren't all like Gunsmoke and Rawhide and everything. There was some really shitty ones. This one, so they're like, we gotta hang him, and the sheriff comes out and he's like, no, we're not doing that. And all one guy, it cuts over. Like, of course, the editing process is terrible. It cuts over to the mob, and this guy grabs a rock. And first of all, obviously not an athlete. That guy was strictly in arts for his whole life. Like the way he,
dude, you can just tell, like, this guy's never thrown a rock in his life.
So it cuts from this guy throwing the rock, and then it cuts over to the sheriff. Doesn't show the rock hitting him. It just shows him going like the worst fall. Worst. He didn't even take time to put like a little blood mark on his head. Like, you don't know. And dude, like the way he did it was like, like it was just the worst.
You know what's weird is like sometimes there's like no music in the background, and it's just like it's just weird, awkward silences sometimes. God, dude.
Good old TV. Good old TV. But yeah, going back to South Africa, what did they do until 1976?
Dude, I don't know. Running away from the fucking animals that they got to deal with. That'd be my guess. Dude.
Yeah, we're too busy. We're too busy to worry about TV. We gotta
South Africa. Isn't South Africa one of the most dangerous places in the world?
Yeah, well, because you have hold on a sec. What's the really bad part? Cape Town, South Africa is like super dangerous.
No.
Super dangerous. Yeah, that's the capital, I believe. And like just high crime rate and everything like that. Like it's really dangerous around there. So
a lot of poaching going on.
That's Africa. I don't think that's like that's I think that's more up north.
Yeah, South Africa's more populated, more of the
I think so.
The city part, right?
I know very little about South Africa.
Neither, really.
Well, it's a good thing we're sharing our opinion on it.
Right.
Yeah, no, you got to get so if you look at, I'm looking at Africa right now. Actually, here, let me share the screen with you. I'm going to share it because it's kind of interesting.
It'd be interesting to go to Madagascar. That'd be wild, dude. There's a lot of crazy
shit. Is that in Africa? Yeah, that's in Africa, right?
Yeah, it's an island. Yeah, island off the west coast or east coast.
If you're looking at South Africa, so South Africa is way down here. Like Cape Town is literally where that is. So then you got all this. Is this all rainforest or what is that?
Yeah, like a lot of the middle of it, I think, is where you're going to get your open plains and uncharted areas.
And then the desert is all up here, right? It's just sand.
Africa's massive, dude. It's
Dude, it's
massive.
fucking huge, man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're
But
learning
you know
quite
what's
a
weird about that? Yeah, we are learning. You know what? You believe in the well, isn't it? It's a fact, right? Pangea, is that what it's called? Pangea.
Yeah, Pangea. So that's well, if you
South
look
America definitely fits right into Africa, dude. So that's
if, if you look at like the overall shape of everything, you can see how like, oh yeah, I can see this fitting together and
pretty
everything
much
like
all
that.
locks together, you know.
What's crazy though is, but everything is still right underneath us. Was all this stuff just floating? Because we're not just floating in the ocean, right? Like we're connected, right? Everything's.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of Earth for sure. It's just,
But I mean, though, like it's not like the like Florida just is sitting there floating. Like it all goes down and it connects to the ocean floor.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah, right.
I don't get how. Like, not saying so.
Never
I'm
been
not
down there, but right.
I think so. I don't know. Yeah. But I know we're getting completely off topic. We started off talking about television. Me TV. You know what's fucking terrifying? Like the Mariana Trench. Like, and how deep that is, dude. Fucking forget about it, man.
Silent, deep, dark, black.
Pressure down there, they just crush your submarine. You're dead.
So when we went to the Science and Art Museum like a month ago in Chicago, we went through a part of it where you could walk into a submarine. And dude, it's just being in the submarine in the exhibit was like, it gave you a weird chill. Like, there's people were living in there for months at a time at the bottom of the ocean, dude. Like, I couldn't do it, man. There's not
traversing around like mines, like sea mines, and then having explosive, like having missiles on there. Dude. Oh my god, forget about it. Yeah. Well, and what are they saying? Like basically, like a nuclear submarine that could stay under for
months, like months, maybe. I think I've read this recently. Wasn't it years?
Yeah, I think like decades because it's all that powered, and I think it just cools itself with the ocean. So we have covered a lot of topics this morning.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, let's wrap it up with that. So we're glad that South Africa now has TV. They're just getting caught up though. They just finished the final season of Dukes of Hazzard, and so now we're see what's up next. Miami Vice is the next big one. So you got it. That is going to do it for Brock and Hunter and the After Show podcast for Fact and Opinion. We will see you next time with another Fact and Opinion right here with WI.